I forgot to put my music cue. I usually enter a press conference to Snoop Dogg or something like that. Completely kidding. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are we doing, Houston? I'll introduce everybody, but yeah, come on up. So we're officially here to start and to launch the inaugural Houston Día de los Muertos Parade and Festival. My name is Mauricio Navarro. I'm the producer of the parade, and behind me is the army that made this possible. And it's not about me today, it's about the army and the people that made today possible, because without them, November 6th would just not happen. So first of all, when we started going through the process of getting the planning in place, we went after one local Hispanic leader that we basically said, if we have his blessing, we're in. And that leader was Roberto Gallegos, council member, District I, and without his support, I don't think we would be here today. The first person that said, yes, Mauricio, we believe in you, we have faith in you, we want this in Houston, and he said yes, and because of that, he's our honorary chair and grand marshal, council member Robert Gallego.
Hola, Houston, good morning. Good morning. Excited to be here this morning. What an exciting day here in the city of Houston. Today we officially kick off the inaugural Houston Día de los Muertos Festival and Parade set for this Saturday, November the 6th. Día de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, is a time to remember, celebrate, and honor those who have passed. And this year, the city of Houston is pleased to partner with the Navarro Group to celebrate Día de los Muertos by welcoming this important celebration here to downtown Houston, where our city's premier events and festivals are held. The day-long celebration will be anchored at historic Sam Houston Park, with a festival featuring entertainment and activities for the whole family. The festival is from 2 to 10 this coming Saturday at Sam Houston Park. The evening parade will kick off at 7 p.m. at the corner of Bagby Street and Allen Parkway. And it will go around City Hall and through parts of downtown Houston. The parade will feature lighted floats, music, and an array of festive entries. And I want to thank Houston Metro is providing free round-trip travel to the festival and parade on their bus and light rail lines. So a big thank you to Metro for participating with us. I'm honored to serve as this year's parade grand marshal and honorary chair. And as a Latino, I'm excited to share and showcase our rich history right here in downtown Houston, in the heart of our city. So on behalf of the city of Houston, again, I thank the producers, Mauricio and Norma Navarro and the Navarro Group, my honorary co-chairs, Dr. Laura Murillo with the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and Jorge Franz with the Houston First and the Greater Houston Convention and Visitors Bureau. And the many sponsors, and again, thank you to the many sponsors who stepped up to support this important celebration, and of course to Susan Christian, and to the Mayor's Office of Special Events. And I want to thank the Mayor for being there at the very beginning in support of this first annual Día de los Muertos Festival and Parade here in downtown Houston, and the Mayor will be there also that evening. So again, with that, I'd like to introduce Susan Christian, and thank you so much for being there and helping to organize this parade. Thank you.
Yes. It is my pleasure to represent the mayor. He was so excited that Councilmember Gallegos and Mauricio brought this incredible cultural event to Houston. You know, the culture is so beautiful. We've not had a Día de los Muertos parade and a true celebration in this city for as long as I've been here, okay? We've had smaller ones around the city, but not a grand parade. And so I really appreciate the creativity. I appreciate you thinking about Houston, brother. I really appreciate that. I know that you premiered this inaugurally in Dallas last year. And so we're so proud to welcome you to Houston and this event to Houston. But what a grand celebration that we all, no matter where you were born, no matter what culture you represent, the beauty of this event honors those heroes in our families and our mentors and all of our loved ones, right? The beauty of life, the beauty of death, and I think for that we can all relate because we are the products of our families. So, congratulations. Thank you for coming to Houston, for bringing this event to Houston. And guys, I also want to welcome back full production. It's been a tough year. It's been a tough year and a half. And so, as the director of Mayor's Office of Special Events and representing the mayor, who is an events mayor, congratulations to you, Mauricio, and to us all, and thank you all for your sponsorship.
Thank you, thank you. It's good to be back. It really is. Next up, I'd like to introduce, actually, ironically, when I was going through meetings, I met a gentleman by the name of Jorge Franz, and we met, and we were there having lunch, and we just started talking, and I said, yeah, you know, I'm from Dallas, but I lived in Houston. I went to Stratford Senior High School, and he said, wait a minute. What? It's like, yeah, I graduated from Stratford Senior High School here in Houston. He said, what year? I'm not going to say, because I don't want to date myself. We actually attended and graduated from the same high school.
Wow.
So that's the serendipity of this event and what we're doing in Houston. He's not here with us today to make his remarks, but who better than ourselves? We have Michael Heckman, President, Chief Executive Officer for Houston First Corporation, to make remarks in behalf of Jorge Franz and in behalf of their very, very supportive sponsorship, welcoming this event, and they're literally opening the ceremony as the sponsors of the pre-parade opening ceremonies. So you're going to see Hola Houston, and you're going to see Houston at its best. Michael, please take the stage. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, we are certainly proud to be here today. We won't talk as much about that city up north. We will talk more about Houston, that will be the biggest and best event that you do. Houston First is our region's destination marketing organization. So events like this are critically important to showcasing our tapestry of cultures that we have in Houston. So when George Franz first brought the idea to me, and he said, look, you know, we don't have a mega event like this. You know, I think that we need to support this. To me, it was an easy yes. It was, what do we need to do to be able to make it successful? And council member, thank you so much for your leadership in making sure that this happened in Houston. Our goal is to showcase Houston on the global stage. If you look at how important the Hispanic market is to doing that, both here domestically, but also around the world, Mexico is our #1 market internationally for visitors. Our goal is to make Mexico, to make Houston the #1 destination in the United States for the Mexican traveler by 2023. We've got a few that are right around us, but we want that's important for us to be able to make that happen. So events like this are not only great for Houstonians, but they also showcase the rest of the world how important our diversity is, how important our culture is. So I'm looking forward to having this event. I know it will be successful. I know the folks that are involved here of how it will be first class all the way, ready to celebrate this inaugural event, but also making it the biggest and best event that you will do. Hola Houston is our Spanish language website. Encourage you to visit there, and everyone that will be coming in to Houston for this. So here's to not only the inaugural year, but for many, many years of growth. And Houston First Corporation is proud to be a sponsor and proud to be part of this, not only this year, but many years into the future. Thank you.
And in addition to that, we're heavily planning the event, and I get a call from a very prominent Latina. And I'm not too familiar with prominent Latinas other than my wife. So when I started calling other people, and I was like, hey, there's this lady by the name of Dr. Laura Murillo who's been calling me. What should I do? They said, you do exactly what she tells you to do. And we did. And because of that, I'm honored to have on stage and as our second honorary co-chair, the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, very own President and CEO, Dr. Laura Murillo. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, Mauricio, and to our mayor, who is on city business as always. Let us give another round of applause to our councilmember, Robert Gallegos, for his leadership. He is a true proponent of this city. He loves this city, and what a tribute to him to have this capstone event at the end of this year, and for Susan and her team, who are first-class pros at launching special events for a city that has been through snowvid, COVID, you name it. But we get up every time because we are resilient. And what a better city than Houston, Texas, to bring a Día de los Muertos parade in a first-class way. And so, of course, the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is proud to lock arms with everyone here on this stage and to embrace the rest of the city. And it's important to note that Latinos represent over $54 billion in economic city per year. We have a large demographic, and more importantly, we represent a significant economic impact to the city and this country. And we want to always remind everyone that as Latinos and Latinas, we want to be part of this fabric, this tapestry of Houston and this country, and not just a thread. And Día de los Muertos is an opportunity for us to showcase and honor those who came before us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Laura Murillo. In continuation of spreading this tapestry that you see behind me, very well said, we met with other two Latinas, and because we wanted to be not just a here we are, we wanted to be a partner. So we met Gloria Cento with Barrio Dogs, and they're the official beneficiaries. I know you guys just did an incredible event this past weekend. Bravo to you.
Thank you.
And would you please, Celia, please take the podium, tell us a little bit about Barrio Dogs and this year, because one thing I want to say before, all lives matter, especially our lives with four legs as well, right? Thank you.
Good morning. We're both going to come up. My name is Gloria Centeno, and on my right is Sally Medina. And I'm one of the chair committees for the Magnolia Park Dia de los Muertos, and I say one with emphasis because it really took a team. Sally was definitely a powerhouse, and our council member Robert Gallegos has always been behind us for 8 years with the community event Magnolia Park Dia de los Muertos. As Mauricio mentioned, we had an amazing event. We had beautiful weather. We had great attendance. It's an event that's been put on by the community and for the community. But we are thrilled to be partners with Mauricio and the Navarro Group because we feel like this event, this culture, this tradition of Dia de los Muertos needs to be Houston-wide. And so we are just so happy to be a partner. Mauricio was open arms in the beginning. He wanted us to be inclusive, and boy has he. He's included all of our sponsors, all of our vendors, even our altars from our community event, and we're going to be a part of it big time. So many thanks to Mauricio. We really appreciate you being inclusive to us for our small community event, although Sally and I still like to say it was the original Dia de los Muertos in the first Barrio Magnolia Park. But we know how important it is to make this a huge event for Houston. I'm also humbled, gratefully humbled that Mauricio chose Barrio Dogs as the benefactor for this event. I am the founder and president. The organization is approaching 12 years. We focus on animal welfare in underserved communities to educate residents about proper animal care. And we do care about our four-legged friends as well as our community, and we'll have a pet altar as well. So thank y'all so much for the opportunity. Sally, you want to say anything?
I just want to tell the city of Houston, you're going to be in for a wonderful parade. So many people are involved. Again, thank you, Mauricio. Special events, we enjoy working with your group. Robert Gallegos, Dr. Murillo, and of course, let's not forget our mayor. Thank you. And Houston First also. Thank you. Thank you to everybody. And once again, Barrio Dogs will be the beneficiary this year, and we're so happy with that. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce Rolando Salinas. He's our spokesperson for Reliant Energy. Reliant Energy came on board, and they're like, "Hey, Mauricio, we believe in your mission as well." And we don't have too many power outlets out there, but we're glad that you're going to literally power this parade to the next level. Reliant, thank you very much for your support.
Muy buenos días. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for having us here. I'm honored to be here representing Reliant. You may know Reliant as an electricity provider for your home or your business, but we're more than that. We really strive to be a positive force for the communities that we live in, that we work in. And today we're excited to announce that Reliant is this year's official energy provider of Houston's Día de los Muertos parade and festival. You know, historians generally agree that Día de los Muertos evolved from a fusion, a mix of cultural traditions from Europe and from pre-Columbian civilizations. And I think how wonderful it is, or how perfect it is, that we're celebrating it right here in Houston, where diversity is such a hallmark of the city. So really, we're honored to help power this vibrant celebration. And Houston is our home, and we look forward to seeing everyone at the parade and the festival. Thank you very much.
We might need some Reliant phone chargers that day, because my battery always dies around 2 o'clock. One of our other sponsors that came on board from the very beginning, both Dallas and Houston, making its footprint in Houston, is El Rancho Supermercado. And let me introduce you to Guillermo Washington, Vice President of El Rancho Supermercado, el rey de precios bajos. Llegale, amigo. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everybody. First, want to thank the mayor and his team. Un aplauso para ellos, por favor. And Jorge Gallegos, un aplauso para él. We are very proud to partner with Mauricio because we embrace, of course, Hispanic culture. We have 8 stores in the Houston area, and part of our mission is to improve the quality of life of the community through jobs, dignifying jobs, and at great prices. You can go there and you save a lot of money when you go to our stores, which is a very important part of our mission. So why wouldn't we partner with Día de Muertos? Why? That will be a no-brainer, right? So we're very happy to partner with you, Mauricio. Very happy to be part of being proud of being Mexican, being proud of being Hispanic. And I know the mayor of Houston has done a lot of things for the Hispanic community. He has helped a lot of Hispanic businesses to grow. So that's why we are very happy to be in Houston, one of our favorite cities. We have 8 stores. We want to grow the business, so we probably want to have a few more stores in the following years. Thank you very much, and un aplauso para todos.
Thank you very much, Guillermo. In the last 2, we want to thank Allison, if you want to come up here. Allison Bell is the Executive Director of the Heritage Society. She also said, Mauricio, we love what you're doing. We want to be a part of it. We want it here. And again, I don't say no to my ladies and my Latinas, because I know better. My wife taught me better. Allison, would you like to say a few words?
Sure. Hi, I'm Allison Bell. I'm the Executive Director of the Heritage Society. We are Houston's history museum across the street. We try to preserve Houston's history and tell the story about it. We were very excited and honored when Mauricio approached us asking if they could host their VIP reception in our lovely Connolly Plaza. So we are so excited to have this new relationship and a whole new group of people. Our backdrop is our beautiful Mexican-American history mural showing the community coming into Houston in the 20th century. So you'll see a lot of notable people on our mural, and it's a beautiful backdrop for the VIP reception, and we're honored to be a part of it. Thank you.
Last but not least, we're going to have two more speakers, and one of them is another gentleman that we met, incredibly just embraced us, said, I want in, I want to do what I have to do. We didn't officially do the unveiling that we planned. Time just went by way too quickly. But I want to give Gonzo 24/7 his due, bravo, applause, pat on the back, because if you see our marketing pieces, he came on board this year. The inaugural Houston Día de los Muertos official art piece, Gonzo 24/7, Houston made, Houston born, Houston proud. Gonzo, thank you very much, brother. Say a few words.
How's it going? First of all, as everyone said, thank you to all the people on the stage, because it really is a team effort, and I'm happy to be a small part of this entire team. A couple things. Being born and raised here in the city, I've had I've seen and visited other cities, and I've seen what they can do. And I've always thought, even till today, that Houston competes on a global level. The world just doesn't know that yet. And little by little, the world is finding out what Houston's all about. And I think a parade of this magnitude is really going to show, basically it adds to the portfolio of what Houston is and what we offer and what people could come experience here in the city. And I love how this parade is the bookend. We have, a lot of people think Day of the Dead is just one day. It's actually an entire week, and every day you celebrate someone different. And I like how we have the homegrown events that start the week, and then we're going to bookend it with the parade. And I think my vision is that in the future, the entire week is a celebration where every day something's happening in the city. So I have a big vision, and hopefully with everyone here, we can grow that so that everyone knows that week to come to Houston and come visit, and every day you can participate. But I was really honored to be able to create the poster artwork. And I think you'll see it's very dynamic, very colorful, because I think that represents who we are as Houstonians. We all have this brightness to us, and again, the world's finding out who we are, and I'm happy to be a part of this team. So thank you all.
And last, before I do my closing remarks, there's another gentleman that we met with, and he again embraced us. He embraced the vision. He embraced what we're trying to do here for this great city of Houston. And the name is synonymous with Houston. So it's my pleasure to bring Benny and Nikki, not present, Agosto, to the podium to say some remarks. And thank you, brother. And perfect shirt, brother. What a way to end it, right?
Thank you. Buenos días a todos. Good morning to everyone. I'm Mauricio and our city leaders and the mayor, of course. Thank you for supporting this great cause. Nikki and I are proud to be stepping up and be part of sponsoring this event, because for all these years we support education, we support our city, and we want to be a good example for others to also join in supporting this great cause and this great event of our history. I may not be from Texas. I got here 40 years ago as soon as I could, so I am here. But I have told everybody that I'm Mexican. Why? Because that is the culture that we have here in our city. And joining with the great giants that came before us. This celebrates our history as a Latino, but it also celebrates the city of Houston and the giants that we stand on their shoulders. And we're going to build this for many more years to come. So we thank you all the leaders here present, all the sponsors, and Mauricio for your vision and bringing it to Houston. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. In closing, I just want to say just a few words. Like I said earlier, my name is Mauricio Navarro. I'm an immigrant. I'm an immigrant story. A while back, there was somebody that said that when Mexico sends their people, they don't send their best. He was wrong then. He was wrong many times after that, because they did. They sent my father. And when they sent my father to Houston, Texas, I went with my father, my sisters, my mother, and we called Houston our home. Houston embraced me, but over the years, Houston destroyed me. I lost my father to Houston. I lost my mother in Houston. I lost my sister in Houston. I lost my brother in Houston. And now, hopefully, after November 6th, the shroud of death that I see in Houston every time I drive by I-10, Memorial City, Herman, that shroud of death will hopefully be lifted, with images of pageantry, pride, a parade, and community coming together like you see on stage today. Thank you, Houston, for taking me back. Thank you, Houston, for rebuilding me. And thank you for everybody for making this possible. This is my gift to Houston, and I hope you enjoy it. God bless. And one more thing. Joe, come on up here, brother. My Italian Mexican. He eats meatballs with tortillas. This guy right here planted the seed. And Joe, thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Let's make this happen, okay?
We're here.
Amen, brother. Thank you, Joe. With that, we close, and God bless, and see you, everybody, on Saturday. Thank you, everybody. Oh, yes.
Come on, Susan, right there. Let's get one group picture. Come on.
Do you want to?
Drop or? Okay.
Come over, your first.